Hello there, and welcome back to my channel. So it's finally 2021. This is going to be my first video and movie review posted in this year. I've just had an amazing year of videos and content and meeting people, and it's been so much fun. Today I'm going to be diving into Alien. I've loved this franchise my whole life. My dad showed it to me whenever I was really young. And I literally remember being like 8 years old and just being absolutely terrified. It's a perfect example of a slow burner, and it builds up tension. It's a great pace. Some of the other sequels are kind of more action-based. This one is definitely in its horror roots. It's dark, and the alien pretty much takes people out one by one like a serial killer would. And Alien is directed by Ridley Scott in 1979 and is about a coal mining crew who find a distress signal on a planet, so their ship automatically takes them there to figure out what the SOS is about. Little do they know that on this desolate planet there is a parasite that mixes with humans and breeds a very deadly species called the xenomorphs, and this is the story of the first encounter, starring Sigourney Weaver as Lieutenant Ellen Ripley. And with all of that being said, I think we should get into this phenomenal monster film called Alien. One of my favorite parts about this movie is the aesthetic, the opening in space. It takes a long time to establish things, and that's what I really love about this movie. I think I read or heard somewhere in film school that, now these numbers might not be exactly correct, but most movies have around 10,000 cuts in them, and I think Alien only has around 1,100 cuts or 1,010 cuts or something like that. There's a lot of slow, long shot paces, and I really appreciate it for that. The set design is amazing, all of the practical effects, just the way that they were made space looks so vast and empty and scary. When they happen upon the solar system where planet LV-426 is, they show establishing shots, and it's very dark and scary, creepy even. It makes for a whole atmosphere that just adds the perfect eerie tone to a movie like this. Basically, Alien is about these 5 or 6 crew members waking up and realizing that they're not in Earth's solar system, or where we're supposed to be. They're not home. And they, by company orders, have to land on this planet and investigate what's going on. And one of the crew members ends up getting infected with the parasite called a facehugger, and it comes out of the egg. One of my favorite parts of this movie, and scenes even, the concept, the idea of, is that derelict spaceship that's crashed, you know? Before Prometheus, I always wanted to know where that ship was from, what it was doing there, why did it crash, how did it have the aliens in it? I almost love the mysterious aspect of this way more than whenever I have the answers given to me from Prometheus, just because, like I said, I have a thing for eeriness, and that kicks that eerie vibe just way up to be like, where is this ship from? Why is this ship from? What is it doing? Why is it doing? Just everything about it. It makes for a perfect set of events. Now, Sigourney Weaver is easily the best part of this movie, and I mean, obviously so. She is a powerhouse, but you know, I'm really thinking about how, like, back then, no one kind of anticipated or probably knew the trope about like women being typically the final girls. You know, that's a thing now because they did that the entire 70s, 80s, and 90s. You know, and so I definitely think that most people thought that the captain, Dallas, was going to be probably the main guy or the survival guy, and that wasn't the case, and it probably threw everybody off. And you can tell that Ripley is obviously the best character. The way that she has a heart, and the way that she's logical about, don't break the quarantine protocols, you put us all at risk, you know, whenever you guys are off the ship, I'm first in charge, you know. She's very strategic and follows the rules, and is rational, smart, and knows what's going on, knows how to react to things. She's a person that I trust, and that's why it's so easy to like her, and it's so easy to establish her as our point of view for the story. I love the way that she's able to portray her lines. There's just something about her face, her jawline, her hair, her voice, her aura. Everything about Sigourney Weaver makes this movie. As we are getting through the movie and they take off the planet and the alien is killing them one by one, and they discover the, oh my goodness, the chest bursting scene. That happens before anybody gets killed. That's the first person who gets killed. I was watching this with my friend Cabria last night, and I showed it to her for the first time, and I remember sitting there with her, and she was like, uh-oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. And then whenever the thing popped out of his chest, she was literally sitting there like, and she was like almost disgusted and like completely shocked and caught off guard. It was awesome. And then later, whenever one of the first guys is getting killed, she's like, oh no, that little thing's gonna be right behind him, is it? And then the alien drops from the ceiling and it's fully grown and it's like 9 feet tall. And she was like, oh, shit, is that the same monster? And I said, yeah. And she's like, it grew that fast? And I was like, yeah, aren't they fucking scary as hell? I love the design of the xenomorphs. Their slick, smooth head. I've admired this design ever since I've known about this franchise. I draw them a lot. I doodle them a lot, especially when I was in film school. I just love the aesthetic of them and whatever it is that they are about and how they're so simple but complex at the same time, and that they're like an alien monster hybrid animal thing, but when they stand up and they walk like a human and they have, you know, a long skull and a long brain, you know, they're capable of problem solving the whole idea of this is just like the perfect monster movie. It's the perfect creepy everything. I mean, I don't know how you come across a situation that's absolutely more terrifying than this, especially like what the tagline says, in space, no one can hear you scream. And this thing has acid for blood, so when they try to kill it or injure it or defend themselves, the acid blood leaks through and melts the metal, and they're in space. That's a bit of a problem. Actually, that's a huge problem. You know, they can't afford to have any part of their ship being destroyed because it's pretty much a submarine in space, you know? Like, what the fuck would they do if there's just no more ship? And that's exactly what this movie comes down to, is it chases them around and they decide to blow the ship. And that's that 10 final minute pacing scene with Ripley trying to shut down the automatic self-destruct, and the tension that they're able to pull off, and just like making her miss everything, and you really don't think she's gonna get out of there. And then at the last second, the alien shows up and it's like right there at the door when she's trying to get in. There are so many shots about this film that I absolutely love. Some of my favorite shots are whenever she is running away from the alien in the hallway and the lights are flashing and you just see like a close-up of her face and she's absolutely terrified. That's what I'm talking about whenever I talk about the display of emotion. She brought this picture up or down or whatever it is you want to say. Like, she blew this out of the water. Another one of my favorite shots is after she's kind of gone through the ship a little more and she's found in the director's cut, she's found where all of her crew members have been kept and held on the wall, and she kills them, Mercy kills them, and it's so very sad, but she's trying to find the cat, and there's this shot where she like comes up from the ladder and it's so close up and it shows her fingertips and the lights are flashing and she peeks her eyeballs up and she looks around. I know I've said this a lot, but I absolutely love how terrified she's able to portray, because this set of events is terrifying. There are no coming and going in waves. There isn't, oh, I'm safe when I'm here. Like, from the second they know that this is a thing that is not to be fucked with and everyone else is dead but her, there's not a moment of relaxation for her. And I love that about this film. I love that they don't give her a break, especially when we get to the finale and you think everything's all good and calm and she's in the underwear and she's vulnerable. They do that so you think, okay, she's not armed with anything, she's in the pod, the ship blew up, the alien's gone, she put the cat away, she's vulnerable, she's in her underwear. So the last thing you expect is for her to be switching those knobs and then this hand reaches out for her. That's another one of the parts that startled me to shit whenever I was a child. This movie literally, oh, it got me so good. I would give anything to go back to that time whenever I was 8 years old and just watch myself watch this. Oh my God, it would be so cute. But yeah, that was another one of the parts whenever my friend Cabria was like, God damn it, this thing just doesn't quit. And it's, oh my goodness, another one of my favorite shots and moments, and the whole sequence of her dealing with it in there. It shows up behind her and she screams and lets the airlock out and all of the vacuum that gives me goosebumps every time, and watching it go and fly out, and then it's still kind of stuck to the outside of the ship and she's peeking and she's got her face up against the glass, but she still has that space suit on. It gives me good anxiety, it gives me that eerie feeling that you know this is a survivor, you know this is a strong woman, you know she gave her everything to end up here, and it wasn't just for her, it was for the better part of, we can't let that thing get anywhere or reach anything that we know or love. and now she's alone, and she doesn't even know if her ship is going to be found. It's literally, she did exactly what she had to make everything okay, to make sure that she survived, and she doesn't even know she's going to completely survive. You know, she's just drifting out into space, and she's all alone. Everybody she knows is dead. I can't imagine what kind of a traumatic, scary, anxiety-filled, and sad set of events that would be to go through. And that's why I love the ending of the movie, because she gives that final monologue, and it's so emotional, and it's very well done about all of the members are gone. I'm the only surviving member of the Nostromo, and I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it. And then she's sleeping in the pod, and the swelling string music comes in, and it's so comforting. And that's one of the things I love about this movie, is the score as well, the scary, like doo doo doo, but then also like the doo 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 doo, like the echoey, like feeling of like loneliness and vastness and space. And at the end, whenever it's kind of like that peaceful music, and she's asleep, and I could go on about this, and I could say everything ever, but it's just such an amazing way to end the film. It's an amazing story. It's an amazing piece altogether. So yeah, those are my thoughts and views on Alien. It's definitely a classic. I absolutely love it. I watch this multiple times a year, every year. To think that Ridley Scott crafted something so beautiful and unique, and that it turned into such an amazing franchise, at least in my opinion. Let me know how old you guys were whenever you saw it for the first time. Do you enjoy rewatching it? Is it one of your favorites? Is it a classic to you? Do you have any favorite shots? Are there any parts that work for you? Any parts that don't? Let me know down in the comments. And yeah, check this out. This is my little alien figure. This was actually a gift for like my birthday last year or something like that. Just a little xenomorph walking a face hugger on his cell phone, which is cute. This is the Alien Quadrilogy box set. Now, I'm not sure how old this is, but it's old. It's from a while ago. And I had this pretty much my entire childhood, ever since I knew about the Alien franchise. I had my grandparents order this for me. And it's absolutely huge. This thing extends like 9 panels long on like each side or something like that. So there's just a bunch of artwork, and it comes with all the movies. So each movie has a bonus disc. So it goes Alien, and then Alien bonus features, and then Aliens 2, and then Aliens bonus features, and so on and so forth with the whole franchise. And there's an extra DVD-ROM disc in here as well for, you know, extra content. Behind every little disc is a picture as well. And then every little panel also has like an artwork on it from either parts 1 through 4. So this is a beautiful box set, something I'm super proud of, and something I love having in my collection. It's just something that means a lot to me, and I definitely had it for a lot of my life, and it created a whole world for me whenever I was younger, a whole world to just imagine and dive into. About 2 years ago, I got the updated Blu-ray version, because I think there's gotta be at least 20 years between these two box sets. And so this is called the Alien Anthology. It's still just the same first 4 Alien movies, but it's kind of a condensed book. And when I say book, it's actually a book. And each one of the pages opens up, and it's really slick and nice. All of those discs from the previous book set, all of the bonus features, director's cuts, movies, theatrical cuts, everything that's in that box set is in this one as well. It's all just condensed, which is actually really nice. And each page has a beautiful artwork. So here we are with the first one, the first Alien, directed by Ridley Scott. In space, no one can hear you scream. And the discs in this set are so beautiful. They're a different design than the actual Blu-ray discs that just come in like a normal combo pack. Here in the back, we have the bonus feature discs. And yeah, I'll get into the other installments when I go and review those. But yeah, I just love this franchise, love my box sets. Be sure to check out some of my other videos. I've done a bunch of different genres, and I plan to do some more. I've also been to some location visits and done some other cool videos, so be sure to stick around and check out for whenever I post something new. I'm also going to be live streaming my watch with Chris Snyder on Child's Play this upcoming January 17th is a Sunday, and I hope everyone can tune in for that. It's going to be so much fun. Child's Play is another one of my childhood franchises that terrified me, And yeah, be sure to check back whenever I post something new. And thanks again so much for watching, and happy 2021.